You might be wondering, is it even possible to sell your home and manage a busy schedule, long commutes, Atlanta traffic, your kids' schedules, family commitments, work commitments, all of those things? How do you do that and not completely lose your absolute mind? So the truth is, it doesn't have to be an either or. You lose your mind or you sell the house. These are not the only choices available. I have helped other home sellers navigate this process, and I'm gonna teach you today what are the tips, the key points that will help you navigate this process and keep all your hair on your head. Point number one, selling, don't automatically think, oh my gosh, now I have the world's longest to-do list. I find it often easier to break your house down into sections or into projects. So I'm sure one of y'all has been to a talk where someone said, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Same idea. You get overwhelmed sometimes with 300 things when if you're like, okay, today, the only thing I'm gonna think about is the kitchen. And all you really need to think about the kitchen, because you haven't sold the house yet, is just getting it to a stageable place, right? So cleaning off countertops, chuck in some stuff. Maybe you're working towards a garage sale. I actually had a client that was a really good motivation for her, because I was like, you have nice stuff and not all of it are things that you're using. So you can get rid of, because she was downsizing from like the house they raised their kids in to a smaller home that was newer, nicer, and more what they were looking for in the area of town they wanted to be in, but they didn't necessarily need all the stuff, because when your kids move out, they're leaving all the instruments they didn't play in band, all of that stuff. Think of it as a section at a time, a room at a time, and maybe have a goal, like I'm gonna have a yard sale on X date. So you have something that you're working towards, right? But one room at a time. Remember, small bites. Do not look at the whole list at once, small bites. So next up is leveraging systems, not just your time. What would it look like if there were systems in place to help you do that? A good realtor will be able to offer you cleaners, help with staging, help with vendors and scheduling vendors and getting a lot of that stuff, even making sure someone's there maybe to open the door for a vendor, or providing a lockbox for a vendor to come in and paint the house, to come in and do stuff. You don't need to be there all the time. So if maybe it's a busy time of year for you at work, and there's only one of you, we cannot clone you or your partner or your kids. You are perfectly made just as you are. In order to help, there are resources available. Please don't ever think you have to do it all by yourself. And there are also ways that you can look at managing things to help with all of that. So if you're wondering what a smooth home selling process can actually look like to save time for your schedule and your mental capacity, I have a link down below for 30 tips to sell fast for top dollar. It's free to you, free to share. And it's a great way for you to get the process started in terms of thinking about what you need to do and what you can do to make this process as painless as possible. Number 3, y'all, do not negate the power of a video tour. Is the realtor you're working with, has he or she done a video tour of your property? A good one, a nice well-lit one with a professional videographer. We are not walking around with our phone, okay? And the reason why you wanna do that is because that helps you screen the showings. People can take a look at the house online, they can watch that video, and they can say, that's for me, that's not for me. So you can eliminate tire kickers, you can eliminate people who are not qualified, because I can ask them, if I'm your realtor, have you seen the video tour? What did your buyer think? Are they already pre-approved? Yada, yada. It helps me to screen, because if they haven't watched the video tour, I'd rather you watch that first. Just make sure you're interested. My clients are busy working people and they don't have a ton of time to be doing showings all the time. So we're really trying to make sure we can manage that traffic flow. Obviously, you don't want to be inflexible, but there's a balance that we can find with these things. Definitely a balance. Oftentimes people come to me and they're afraid about deadlines and timelines and, oh my gosh, it has to be done by this time, and if this doesn't happen. There is so much more flexibility, I think, than people are oftentimes aware of when it comes to the process of selling your home. It can be as involved as something like a rent back agreement, which means that you can agree 30, 60 days to live in the home for a pre-approved amount of money that you would pay back to the buyer. while you get life together. It's not uncommon. It happens more often than you would think. It's a legal thing to do. There is paperwork that supports this. And that's just one option, you know? I work with companies that offer different types of financing. My company, I offer a program called Sales Shore 100, where if your home is not, pending within 100 days of being listed, then we're able to offer you quite a few options in terms of how you can exit the home and how quickly you need to exit the home. So don't feel like it's this hard deadline that can never be moved, that is never inflexible. Again, that is the job of a good realtor, to ask those questions and to get answers for you. To be fair, half the job of being a realtor is asking good questions. I kid you not. And the last one, the most important one, is let the process work for you. Allow the people who are in place to do their jobs. I have support to manage making offers and talking to people and doing negotiation. That's what I'm here for. That is literally the whole point. So you can just focus on, keeping the house clean and moving and packing and getting rid of things and clearing, because that in and of itself is a big enough job without you adding on a bunch of other stressors. So finding a full service realtor, a concierge level type of service that can remove certain responsibilities from your plate and manage them on your behalf, obviously with your high level supervision, but nonetheless, you're not having to deal with the minutia of it, is such a great way for you to reduce some of the stress of moving and not feel like you're gonna yank your hair out. So, if you are in Fulton County, I didn't even tell you guys. So I have a really cool 30 tips to sell your home fast for top dollar for free down at the bottom. Please, please, please hop on that, download that. It has lots of great tips, including some of the things we talked about today, to help make this process easier for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to schedule a meeting at the link below. Can't wait to hear from you guys. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to put them down there and download the guide. It's really, really good.